Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of January 20th through the 26th, 2025. So before we continue, I just want to let you guys know that I am still offering my free ebook. You can download this to your phone, tablet, computer, and it is a guide to every single tarot card, upright and in reverse, their meanings and what they mean, even in different readings, such as a love reading, career, personal reading, etc. So let's dive into your reading for this week, Gemini. You have the Two of Wands upright. I am seeing planning for the future. There's an energy here of like the world is my oyster. There is a space in your life that has so much potential for growth, for different ideas, for different projects, different energies to grow from. It feels like the soils of your life are fertile right now, and you're looking out at all of this empty space that exists with excitement in your heart of like, what can this become? Like, what can this space become? What can this relationship become? What can this new opportunity become? Because there's a lot of potential. And so you may have all of these different ideas on your mind of like what you can be doing in the future. And you may be pondering that, planning that, and moving forward from there, which is really exciting. You have the Hierophant coming out in reverse, which really shows trusting your own intuition and going your own way. It feels like you are happily looking forward to just all of the things that you want to do. And other people may not always understand you. You've taken a very non-traditional path in life, but it has brought you to amazing, amazing places. You may find yourself in very particular circumstances where you cannot necessarily rely upon general advice, especially like general advice you read on the internet. So I don't know why this is such a specific message. If any of you are trying to go on Reddit for advice, your angels and spirit guides are saying, don't do that. Like, do not do that. Because your situation is so hyper specific and something that has so much backstory and energy that like only you understand. And your spirit guides are really encouraging you to learn how to lean on your own intuition, listen to your own intuition and trust that. You know, being able to hear what your intuition is saying and trust it is a process that takes years. Okay, I'm just being honest. It's a process that takes years for a lot of people, unless you were raised by a really like spiritually awakened parent who never denied your intuition and the experiences it had. But for the most part, it takes years to really, I don't even want to use the word develop because everyone has intuition already. Everyone is very connected already. It takes years for you to pay attention to that and acknowledge it for what it is and take action on it. And I think a lot of people's biggest misstep with that is that they actually can hear what their intuition is saying, what their own psychic abilities are saying. They just ignore it, you know? And the Hierophant in reverse suggests listening to your own advice and moving forward with it, and it will pay off. We have the Knight of Swords upright, Gemini. Something is moving very, very, very quickly in your life right now, okay? It definitely will look different for all of you. In fact, I'm seeing for most of you, this is multiple areas of your life that are moving rather quickly, okay? So there could be big jumps forward in your career, in your home life, in your relationships. There's an element here of being almost overwhelmed by the amount of positive change taking place. But this is an energy you as a Gemini and air sign is comfortable in. You're comfortable with things moving quickly. We have the Devil coming out. Wow. And that's coming out right next to the 10 of Swords. And what your final card is, Justice in reverse. Oh my. Gemini. This bottom row is a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. Things were going so well. Yeah, okay. Hear me out. It feels like excitement taking place in your life. Lots to do, lots to take on. The Devil comes out when we find ourselves in a karmic cycle, whether we realize that we're in it or not, where we feel stuck in a situation like, oh, I signed that contract. And with the Justice card in reverse here, this can literally be something like that, like I signed that contract. This is a legal entwinement now. Like I can't back out of this now because my intuition is starting to see some red flags that I didn't see before, or understand things I didn't understand before. No, Gemini, you are never trapped. Everything in this life is made up. Okay. If you ever feel trapped, that is an illusion, because your soul is always free. And the devil, justice in reverse, which automatically makes me want to say injustice. These two cards specifically shows being wildly mistreated. I'm just going to be honest with you. Wildly mistreated. And specifically mistreated in a situation where you feel like it's harder for you to break free from an end. Okay, but this, in the center of this, is the Ten of Swords, which is an ending. Okay, so you are breaking free from this week. I actually really like that the Ten of Swords in the middle of these two negative cards, because this shows like, no, I can get out of this. And again, it goes back to like trying to get advice on the internet. A lot of what you may be reading may be, making you feel more stuck. No, your intuition knows the way out of this, and you're taking that way out. Okay. Really fascinating. Really, really fascinating. Gemini, I would love to hear down below in the comments, like, what do you think we're talking about? Like, is there anything coming to your mind about like what this injustice is that a weaker person may say, oh, there's no way I can get out of this. I'm stuck here. Comment that down below, because whatever that is, you will be breaking free from that this week. You're putting an end to it. Final nail in the coffin. Last straw. Moving forward. Letting my intuition navigate me out of this mess. Someone may be stuck in karmic cycles. Like, not you. Someone in your life may be stuck in karmic cycles, which may lead them to mistreat others or act in an unfair way accidentally. And you're not wanting to be a part of that person's karmic cycle, their karmic story. For example, let's just say there's somebody who keeps getting into relationships that are very cold. All of their past partners or past partner, they told you like, oh, they were very cold to me. They didn't want any affection, etc. And it's like, if you were to become a part of this person's karmic cycle, maybe you get in a relationship with them, whether you're completely healed or not, and they don't communicate something very important to you, and it really hurts you, it really offends you. They should have done that. They done injustice by you from either lying by omission or not sharing, and then it makes you feel very cold towards them. It makes you feel, I don't want to share a bed with you. I don't want to get into this with you. But maybe you already signed a contract with them, a lease or marriage or something. And it's like, now you're a part of that person's karmic cycle, because they're going to end up in the same exact relationship again, but with you. You know what I mean? It's like you might end up a part of someone else's karmic stories, and you're saying, I am not doing that. We're putting an end to this right here, right now. This is not happening. I revoke this experience. It's not happening. Whether this is you breaking free and breaking away from that person and their karmic cycle, or you are working with that person to put the nail in the coffin and illuminate that karmic cycle to them and release it here now. It'll look different for everyone, but you're rebuking this experience. You're like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Point blank period. Not doing it. Which I think is really cool. There was like an excitement, a sense of excitement for the future. Okay, listening to your intuition, moving very quickly into the future, and then boom, you're met with like someone's deepest shadows and karmic cycles, and there is the possibility of them repeating that karmic cycle, but now you're deeply intertwined in their life or working with them in a deep way. And you're like, I don't want to be a part of that. And you have this big conversation or ending where you're like, this karmic cycle ends today, or we end today, you know? Ooh, ultimatums. Some of you may be having an ultimatum here. Quit this karmic cycle or we are finished. Crazy. Crazy stuff. But you know what? I'm happy that you're listening to your intuition and standing up for yourself in that way. Really specific reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course, so check it out. Bye-bye.